Good morning, everybody. Woo! Slaying dragons in the morning. I am your host, Hunter Taylor. Oh my goodness. It feels good to do Slaying Dragons in the morning again. You know, make sure you guys grab your coffees, your hot chocolates, your rum and cokes, whatever gets you woke up in the morning. And let's start doing this thing that we call life. I don't even know. But, alright guys, this is Slaying Dragons in the morning, and I'm so happy to be back. It's been a while since the show's been on. If you were a fan before, you know the show. Except now, instead of being in my living room on a tripod with my smartphone, I actually have a real setup, real overlay, everything going on. The show's a bit more legit this time. However, we're still talking D&D. We're still having a nice time. Still answering questions. And there's just a bit more to the format now. Instead of it just being that, every single episode I'm going to have a friend on or a guest, and we're going to talk about world topics and all types of different things, and just it's going to be a good time. I had this whole thing planned in my head like this morning when I was getting ready of what I was going to say for this first episode, and I've already gone off track at least 10 times. So this is all off the cuff now. I have no idea what I'm doing. This show is a scam. I don't even know anymore. But no, for real though, Slaying Dragons in the morning. I'm really happy to be back. It's been a while, and I love this show, and it's nice to finally have a good morning time to relax each week. Honestly, this is probably where I'm gonna get. This will probably be my therapy for the week now, because I'll just talk to you guys, and you guys can just talk back to me, and I can see about how my life is going and whether or not I should be stressed. But either way, guys. Harley Von Sweet, hello, good morning. Thank you for saying it's nice to see the show come back, because I love this show. It's my favorite. Which actually, we're gonna do a couple things real quick before everything. We got a couple followers today. We got, first of all, Harley Von Sweet. She has followed us. And next is also Yoda Von Spanks. You should be seeing each of these little things pop up. That's what I'm hoping. Yeah, there we go. Yoda Von Spanks, thank you so much for also following. And also, we got, which I know who this is. I mean, I know who all of them are, technically. We got Monday Sammy, thank you for the follow. He is actually our most recent follow, so technically that makes our today's follower count up to 3. Let's see if we can get that to 5. That would be cool. So we can get 2 more. That'd be super cool. We can hit the goal for today. But anyway, thank you guys so much for following. It's really gonna help us, get the show off the ground again. Because before, the show was pretty good, and we averaged a pretty good amount of viewers. Of course, it was on a different platform and stuff, but now it's this, and we're going to see if we can get it even better and get it even growing as we did before, and try to make the show even better than it was before. But, other than that, it's a good morning, guys. I am very happy to see you all, quotation marks? I don't even know. But, without further ado, I would like to introduce who my guest is today. He is one of my best friends, one of the best artists I know, and also one of the best people I've had sex on graph paper with. It is Joey Schichtel. Oh, hold on, he's coming. He's almost there. Hello. Can you hear us, Joey?
Are we doing it? Are we live? Are we doing the thing?
Yeah, we're doing a thing, man. Didn't you know?
Oh, hello. It me. This person. Where's my hand?
There.
That me.
That is you. Oh man. Oh, wait. Sex. Yoda says, "Wait, sex on graph paper." Joe, you want to tell her what sex on graph paper is?
That's when you make love in Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, it is.
When a halfling and an elf love each other very much, they do a sexy time.
They do a sexy time. We do a sexy time. That's what it is. We do a sexy, and in front of our friends too. So I don't know what that is, but that's yeah. I don't know. If people are
never in a policide.
Never in a policide. Always in front of everybody. I don't know. I don't know if that is that considered. I don't know if we're getting too too controversial here on the show already, but is that considered like an orgy if everyone's watching you, or like I don't even know. I guess that's
I think they have to be participant.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm glad we got that differential, out of the way.
I mean, that might be the next level. We're really gonna
we're all just
our graph paper relationship to the next level.
What characters? Yes, that's probably more like it. Yes. Yoda says a cuckold of sort. But anyway, Joey.
Carter, when you need him to scream cuck at him.
Yeah.
9:35 in the morning.
He said he's sleeping right now. Anyway,
I imagine he is. He didn't go to bed when I did, so.
Dude,
the
kid
much
doesn't
too late finishing art.
Yeah, kid doesn't go to bed till like fucking 4 or 5 a.m. Very early. Yeah. Dude never falls asleep. Anyway, Joey, how the frick are you? How you doing? What's up, man? What's up?
I'm sheltering in place.
Yes, I think that's what a lot of us are doing, except unless you're an essential employee, But yeah, man. I mean, like. So also, Joey, how did we meet? Why are we friends? Why are we friends? I think that's a real question. I just asked you it for real this time. But why are we friends? How did we become friends?
I think you were Nathan Drake when I met you the first time.
I think I was too. Oh man, that might have been the first time we met. Oh boy, I don't know.
Was that at your
Extra Life thing?
Extra Life event?
No, that was at the store's GEA Con. First ever GEA Con.
Okay.
Yeah.
I knew it was a store event, but I can't remember which one it was.
Yes, I was dressed up as Nathan Drake. I don't even remember. I wonder if we can find a picture. Probably not. I have no idea. It's probably somewhere. If you go look up a certain store with a certain Facebook page, you might be able to find it.
But imagine if that Facebook page had shared a link to this video.
Oh man, wouldn't that be cool?
And given us all of the many followers.
That would be cool. But why are we friends, Joey? How are we friends? Because I know you saw me as Nathan Drake, but you weren't like, that's the coolest kid ever. You were like, who the hell is this kid dressed up like a video game character?
You don't know my inner monologue.
Well, that's why I'm asking you now. I gotta know that inner monologue. I need to know, man. I need to know.
No, I worked at the store. You hung around the store, and we developed a relationship through our mutual interest in board games, and that turned into a Mass Effect TTG.
Yeah. That
we played with some other people from the store, and sort of spiraled out of control. He started tagging along with me to conventions to help me run my tables.
Such a good time.
And now here we are having fake sex on graph paper.
Hell yeah.
It's the circle of life, man.
Yes, it is. Yoda says, games brought you both together. Adorable. I
think that's a lot of people's story, right?
Yeah, I think
in
so
our
too.
demographic.
For the circle we hang around, yeah, I think that's most of the stories. Whereas if you just ask anyone else, they're like, "Oh, we drank at a party somewhere."
I mean, that's our current friend group, right? Like, we all met around a D&D table. We're like, hey, let's play Adventure League.
Dude, D&D forms the best relationships, I think, honestly, because I mean, you get to either meet the person playing as like themselves in a world that they could either fantasy exist in, or they become a character that you would never expect them to be, and you get to see a side of them that's just like creative and crazy, and then you just become friends over like it's a bond that's different, like you can meet people at work and you meet people in the world and you meet potentially their true selves kind of, but like when you play D&D with someone, they have to think on the spot. There's all these different things where you get to really see a person and how they react to stuff, you get to live a life.
Yeah, and I think I don't know if it's true for everybody, but I use D&D to like work my inner snake worm coils out.
Snake
Work out my inner can of worms. There we go. That's what I was going for.
There you go. Inner can of worms. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, definitely. I can see that.
The coffee's kicking in. My brain's starting to work.
There it is. Yeah, see, you got a drink. I forgot to fill my cup. It's got nothing in it. It's completely empty. Which I'll see if I can fill it later. Maybe. Who knows? Maybe I can call in a DoorDash to my office. Give him the instructions. Unlock my door. Walk all the way down the hallway.
Walk all the way into the office where I'm streaming. Hand me my coffee.
And then leave.
With one of those robot arms because you need to maintain 6 feet of social distance.
Yes. Oh, man.
So stop and pick one of those up on the way.
Yeah, just go ahead and I just need you to do all. I'll pay for it. Just go ahead and. Oh, man, for sure. Man, it's been, I don't know, man. I feel, technically, our friendship's been, it feels so long, man. Cons were the funnest thing.
It's getting to be long, right?
Yeah, like
what, 5 years?
Yeah,
we're getting up to our what, silver anniversary?
Silver anniversary.
20 years.
I don't know. I don't even know. I don't know what badging you're even talking about.
50, I think.
So. The only badges I know and just barely is Pokemon, man. Like I don't even know. Yeah, man, kind of like 5 years. I mean, it's getting there. Yeah, it seems like 5 years might not be long, in a lifetime, but it really is, man. 5 years is quite a time. It's quite a bit, but
sure is. It's half a decade.
It is half a decade. That would be math. That's how math works, I believe. You know what else uses math? D&D. And that's where we learn our math.
It does. It doesn't use as much as Pathfinder. But...
Oh my goodness. You mean Mathfinder? That's the other part of the show. We just bag on Pathfinder the entire time.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hold
man.
on, let me get out my graphs and charts and dry erase board, and we'll play a session.
Yes, there we go. Joey, what is your cup? What is that? That's a Dinosaurus.
Or... Oh, it's a.
Oh, it's Darkwing Duck.
Darkwing Duck cup.
Oh my God, you are
the flaps of the night, boy.
Oh my God, you're MVP guest for having a Darkwing Duck cup. That's gonna be that.
It was a real decision this morning between Darkwing and DuckTales, but
Darkwing was a good choice. You know what? We're gonna make that a thing now. We're gonna do like guest of the month. Whoever has the best coffee cup in the morning. That's gonna be the measurement of like coolness. Is whatever your cup is for the guest in the morning.
Come at me, future guests. You can't beat my cup.
Darkwing Duck cup. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good cup, man. You had said because like when we first became friends and stuff like that, we were going to cons and stuff a lot. How much do you miss cons right now, man? Like this sucks.
Oh my God, you don't even know. Like in April, I was like twitchy. I was like, oh man, I should be in Virginia Beach right now.
Dude, I literally was like, I
should be planning for MegaCon. Why am I? I want to get out of the house.
It's so upsetting to not go to MegaCon this year because that's like my favorite place. Dude, that and Tidewater Comic Con. I love going to those two places, man. So fun. But, hopefully next year, man. I mean, hopefully the world isn't
if things stay on course, we should have stuff by then.
Hopefully. That's the hope, right? But, man. Yeah. Oh, God, cons. I just want to cry. We should take a moment of silence for cons.
We should. Except they've been force feeding us their digital garbage cons all season.
Dude, that too, man. And it's like
desperate money grabs.
Dude, they've got ones on there where you can like have like personal Zoom interviews with like people, and it's like hundreds of dollars or something just to. And I it seems cool. Like I'd want to do it, right? But who knows if you're really on a Zoom call with like 50,000 other people, but the only screen you can see is the actor. And, like, you're not actually being able to ask them anything. They're just talking, and you don't get to say anything to them. Like, is it really that? Or, like, are you actually talking to them? Or is it a pre-recorded video? Like, I don't know, Like, it just seems... It's tough. I just want to go back to cons again, man. I just want to, like, meet people. And, the best part about cons, too, is, like, meeting the other, like, artists and other booths. Like, just other creators. Yeah. That was really cool. Yeah. So, seeing costumes and stuff, cosplays and stuff, too, were good.
It can make a lot of difference depending on who your neighbor is.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God, we've had really good
and
neighbors.
I think for the most part, we've been seated next to good people. So
I think there was only that one time where we had that person that just kept taking up space behind us, right? Like, what was it? They just I don't
kept
even
pushing like their backdrop and stuff back into us.
That was like
Come on, bro.
Yeah, that was like the only time we've had a bad neighbor or whatever. But most of the time it's been very good. We met a lot of our pretty good friends, too. I mean, who knows if they're watching? I don't know. But Jeremy and Lawrence and just so many good people, man. They're all good. Dude, Lawrence is awesome. He's a good dude. I want to have him as a guest at some point because you mentioned that before. I think he'd be a good guest to have. He's a good dude.
Yeah, I mean, he's, as far as I know, running his own show in Long Island. Still,
yeah,
so.
in a bond or man, I don't want to say it wrong. It's in a bond, I think, something like that. Yeah. It's good dude. Too. I mean, we're in that Facebook page.
Don't Google words that sound like that. You'll find it.
Yeah, Google words. You'll find it eventually. Man. All right. Well, you know what? Speaking of, all the things we're talking about today, and you'd also mentioned that we used to play a Mass Effect role-playing game, it's kind of how we started, the sci-fi Mass Effect. If you haven't played that game, you should. It's really good. But we played the role-playing game for a while, and that was sci-fi. However, there is a video game coming out that is based off of a sci-fi TTRPG that you used to play, like, religiously, right?
Yeah.
What was that?
Sure did, boy. Well, when I played it, it was set in the dark future of 2020.
How so real that is now.
It was Cyberpunk 2020 then. But now it's Cyberpunk 2077, and I am real stoked for it.
Dude, it's gonna be
looks
so good.
So good. I've been watching videos all week again, like, because there's all the new material out lately. Yep. So
yeah. They just put out the new trailer.
Excited. That's actually one of the pictures you see scrolling in the bottom. The one that's up right now is one I was up to. I was so ambitious. I was like, oh yeah, dude, I'll knock out a bunch of Cyberpunk art for the show. I did one.
Hey, you're a professional artist.
Originally, they were going to be black and white line art, and then I was like, but what if color?
Oh man, I remember.
Can you pop her up like in the middle of the screen bigger?
Oh yeah, I can make. Oh, when she pops back up again, I'll do a pop. But if you guys notice, there is some images scrolling underneath Joey's camera here. That is all of Joey's art. So if you think his art's cool, you should go follow him on Instagram. I mean, you should do it anyway because he's a good dude. But also his art's fantastic. I mean, he's phenomenal. But yeah, so the bottom right is all of Joey's art that keeps popping up and scrolling. I'm going to make it bigger real quick so you guys can see Miss Cyberpunk here. Let me actually do this so that it doesn't hurt everybody's eyeballs when I do it. And then when she pops up, which, of course she didn't pop up this time. It's whatever this other Animu girl is that you're doing for somebody.
Yeah, that's a commission for somebody.
Yeah.
Because, like Hunter said, I do the art.
Yeah, he's a professional artist. Professional artist. But yeah, dude.
I make pictures.
Make pictures. All right, here she is.
There she is. Okay, so the reason I went full color is because if you notice, those pants are plastic and you can see through them.
Oh, yeah.
Like, how do I show this in black and white line art?
I don't think you can.
And I was like, oh, but what if color?
Oh, yes. Oh, Sam says, yes, dumplings. Oh, man. All right. Well, and then that's the next one you've been working on, too. But anyway, let's go ahead and throw all this back down here. Anyway, tell us more about Cyberpunk 2077. I was never able to play that TTRPG, but you've told me so many stories that it sounds like stupid fun, and we just never got to play it.
It is. And I'd like to run it someday, but I would have to update it because it feels old and clunky now because we're in 2020 and the mission, while close with some of the tech, they're still like bulky flip phones, and
Yeah. So that's
the
not
laptops
entirely.
are still like big bricks, and
You'd have to try and modernize it as best you could.
yeah. But no, it was the thing I remember about it for the most part is how brutal a system it was.
Yeah.
Like guns, no game since Cyberpunk has captured just how lethal a firearm is.
Guns kill people.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh my gosh.
Because they have, you can get all these big fancy fucking just off the wall cannons, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, because they're designed for people who are cybernetically augmented.
Mm-hmm.
But you can kill a person with a 9mm handgun just as easily. And man, did we have some character attrition.
Dude, you used to tell me stories all the time about playing, and there was like crazy highway chases and like cars exploding and like invisible forces and a person who could stop a vehicle with one hand. Like, I mean, just crazy, dude, and people
Yeah,
crashing through
so
homes.
and it looks like they've captured some of that in 2077. Like,
Yeah.
I know there's the one gang. I think it's the animals that are like the roided out gigantic dudes. And
Yeah.
in the one trailer, you just see the guy bench pressing like 4,000 pounds.
Oh yes. The
Um,
future is real.
yeah, like so. Believe it or not, I did run games at one point on a consistent
Yeah,
basis.
all you ever do is you're a player now. You haven't seen you run a game in a while, and I want you to run games, man. It's just
And
you know.
so not only did I cut my teeth as a player on 2020, but like my magnum opus was a Cyberpunk campaign that I ran for about 3 years.
3-year campaign, man.
And that was where a lot of the stories that you've heard have come from.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was just like, all right, how can I make this as Hollywood as possible?
Yeah.
And if I couldn't find a rule, I figured out how to bend the rule enough that it stayed within the bounds of the game.
Mm-hmm.
And it's such a unique setting to tell a story in, right? Like,
It's the future,
'cause
man. Of
it
course.
seems like it should be. It's got that urban crime feel, that very gritty, realistic urban crime feel.
Mm-hmm.
And then you take a nice soft brush and you paint sci-fi over it.
Okay. Nice. That's so cool, man. I wish we could have. We need to play it, man. I mean, we gotta modernize it, but we need to play it, man. It just sounds like such a great, scene and just theme to jump into. How much do you hope that like the game is connected to the TTRPG? I mean, I know CD Projekt Red has said that
So,
like they're basing it off, like it is based
yeah.
off of that, so they're doing as best they can. They did the same
And
thing with the Witcher books,
dude, I lost my mind when Keanu Reeves came out as Johnny Silverhand. Because Johnny Silverhand
Yes.
he was such a huge part of the Cyberpunk 2020 story, and just to see that they're like, oh yeah, here's a character. It's
That's
like,
so
oh
cool.
shit, they actually know what they're talking about.
That's really cool.
He's like perfect. So
I didn't even know that he was like at first, like I didn't know that Keanu Reeves' character was like a person from Cyberpunk 2020, but that's cool, man. Like they really are, like bringing it.
yeah, so the story you follow through the rulebook, like
Mm-hmm.
the that you can run as a module essentially.
Yeah,
Johnny Silverhand is like one of the main players in that story, so
that's awesome. That's
it
so
was
cool.
really cool to see him pop up in that trailer.
Dude, when he popped up, it was so awesome. And then when the showcase happened and he came out and everyone was just like, "Oh my god," that was really cool. I was watching it at work and I was freaking the hell out, dude. It was so cool, so cool. It seems so long ago that they announced that, man.
How
It's coming out soon.
good do games look now? Like, we finally surpassed the uncanny valley where it's like circling back around. And like, oh, this is so realistic that it just looks like a movie.
Dude, you're not kidding. A lot of games now are just like you watching a movie. It's awesome. Dude, in the mocap they use now and like how they're getting like real actors to play a lot of different characters. Like instead like I don't mind when people making a character's fine. Like when you can make a character that we can fall in love with, like let's say like Nathan Drake. If you can fall in love with Nathan Drake is not based off of somebody. He just is a character you've made. That's awesome. But when you also can get like an actor to come in and play our main character, because that's what video games are now. It's another form of entertainment. So why not use real actors as the main characters? I mean, it's awesome. The like Star Wars Fallen Order.
He's not the only one either. Like, there's a few people in that, and just in Cyberpunk. Like,
Yep.
There's a couple YouTube personalities that they're using.
Yeah, dude, it's so cool.
So.
I've seen a lot of the different. There's some streamers out there who have said they're in the game and posted their picture of what they look like, and dude, it's so cool. Man, it's just awesome that like we can bring dude, that and CD Projekt Red, dude, they hit the mark every time, dude. They are such a good company. It's no joke, man. Like, just so good. Just want to cry a little bit.
It's just really exciting too for like what we can expect for like open world RPGs in the future.
Oh yeah.
Like
they
character
set the bar.
Creation for 77 is so deep.
Dude, it's there's a lot you can do. I heard you can adjust your your junk size.
Super excited. Yeah, there's a dong slider, bro.
There's a dong slider, I heard.
That's the future of video gaming.
Dong sliders?
Yeah.
That's the future of gaming. Dude, it's
high def mocap and celebrities.
We just want dong sliders.
Adjust the length and girth of your dong.
We don't want any of those. We just talked about it, but we don't want any of it. We just want dong sliders. Seriously though, man, Cyberpunk does look phenomenal, and I'm really CD Projekt Red really hits the mark every time. Especially, I mean, they've already done something that was The Witcher. I mean, The Witcher is an amazing series. If you haven't watched the show, I mean, all of it, it's really, really good. And they did a great job making that game. And I can only imagine just how good Cyberpunk is going to be based off of the TTRPG. I mean, it's just, it's so good. It's so good. I mean, we could probably just talk about this literally all day.
Oh, easily.
It's just so good.
Just how they've incorporated cybernetics, like the mantis arm scene.
Dude,
where he pops the arm blades out in the fight. Yes. Like,
that's cool.
It looks like it should work, like, oh, I can see how that works. I can see how that would function. It's not just like, oh, this is a thing that happens, but
like in old video games, like a blade would just pop up, like just a blade would just come. Whereas this is like, it's like a fucking transformer out of his arm. It's so cool. It's cool stuff, man.
The fact that Night City, like the amount of care they've put into developing that environment,
really good.
It just feels real, and like we're only seeing the trailers. Like we haven't even gotten to playing it yet, and it looks like it's something that was filmed on location.
Yeah, dude. Like, it's awesome. It's so good. Hold on. I want to glaze over something you said earlier to keep this as much D&D as we can. You had said that rules. I just thought of it that's usually a tough question for DMs and players a lot of times when there's a rule in the rule book and you try to bend it as much as you can to make it so it still stays like in the rule book type thing. I just wanted to like talk about that. Like that's like a real dilemma, man. That's a real problem that like I face a lot of times with certain rules of stuff and having to make sure I bend it but not break it,
So another thing that came out of Cyberpunk, and I think it's an actual quote in the book, is always follow the rule of cool.
Nice.
So if somebody suggests something and you're like, damn, that sounds awesome, it wouldn't work based on the guidelines that are set here, but it sounds fucking cool.
So let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen.
Yeah, a lot of times, man. Yeah, because because again, people will say something cool, and you think about it, and you're like, oh fuck, like that can't work, but we're gonna make it work. The only thing that I feel like happens sometimes, like that's we break the rules, we make it cool, like you said, the quote, follow the rules of make it cool. Sometimes when you do that, and then when it comes to that situation again, where like what they're trying to do isn't as cool, and they're like, but you let me do it last time, and you're like, damn it, I have to let you do it now. That's the only thing. That's the only thing. It's like a double-edged sword, man. It's so it's cool when it happens, but then sometimes you're
Or
like, oh,
is it a triple-edged sword though?
triple-edged sword.
Because
How
now you
so?
have NPCs that can do that.
Oh, you're right. You just opened that up. I think you just answered the question for everybody right now. That just because they do it doesn't mean you can't. That's a.
It's got to be symmetrical.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Dude, I remember when we first started playing, I kept hearing Jesse say that all the time. He's like, if you got it, I got it. I'm like, oh man, can I have like rocket launchers and like napalms and all this stuff? Yeah, yeah. Just know that I have it too. I'm like, oh,
Yep.
oh man. I
And the
forgot.
problem with that is
Uh huh.
you get to use it a lot, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm unstoppable,
Mm-hmm.
and it'll show up for you against you at the worst time.
Mm-hmm.
And
uh.
usually bigger and badder than what you have.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. I forget that sometimes that I can do that as a DM, and I gotta remember that more because you guys whoop my ass a lot sometimes, and I'm just like, I'm just like, man, I made these cool things, and it doesn't matter because you killed it in one shot. And then
I
sometimes
think
I,
part of the problem with that is
uh huh,
it's a lot of times 4 or 6 against one.
yep,
So we have a party of brains thinking about how to solve a situation, whereas the DM has to do everything on his own.
yep, and that does make it tough. I have to somehow be smarter than all of you, but still be like it's tough, man. It's tough being a DM, man. It's a tough world. It's a tough
I
life.
know in our Thylea campaign that we're running with Rob,
Mm-hmm.
he runs into that all the time. Like he's like, these should kill you. Why do you keep escaping by the skin of your teeth?
And I think we talk about plot armor sometimes, and plot armor does protect people, but sometimes you don't even know people have plot armor. Like specifically in a campaign, like sometimes I genuinely try to kill you guys sometimes, because I mean I gotta try to make it tough because apparently it's not tough that you guys keep killing stuff in one shot, so I have to actually try to kill you. But somehow in the universe, the dice give you plot armor, and it just knows. The dice just know, man. It's a whole thing.
Dice know. The heart of the dice.
Heart of the dice. Heart of the cards.
I mean, there is to an extent, but then you get yourself into those own as a DM, you'll get yourself into those situations on your own a
Mm-hmm.
lot,
Mm-hmm.
where you're like, ah, I'm starting to tell a story, and I need these characters to interact in it. So I'm gonna put a thread to this character, and then you're in a fight, and you're going along, and I can't kill this character now. They need to do this thing.
Damn it! All right, you can kill me. I don't know what to do. Yep, it happens. It happens sometimes, man. Sometimes you overguess on the strength of a Paraton and kill two people in the party.
Whoops.
Oh, whoops! Oh shoot, that might have been too strong. All right. Well, we've talked about cyberpunk and things for quite a while, and I think it's time for us to get into our more serious topics, and in a way that we can tie that together is cyberpunk is in Night City. And where's Night City, Joey?
Night City is in Northern California because in Cyberpunk, California has done the smart thing and split into 2 states.
Yes. Yes. Now, if actually, first of all, do you think they could actually do that today? Do you think they could form into two different states right now?
Oh no, the political state of our country would never allow such a thing to happen. happen. Think of all the people who would lose their mind because they'd have to add a star to the flag.
Oh my God, it would be insane. People would lose their minds. They'd
Puerto
lose their
Rico's
minds.
been trying for years.
Lose
There's even
their
a flag
minds.
designed for Puerto Rico to have a star.
Oh man. People, man, people. But anyway, our more serious topic is the situation that is in California right now. And as most of you know, there is, the California wildfires right now, which, first of all, I'd like to go and say, prayers and wishing, good feels and woes to anyone who has lost anybody and all that type of stuff. It's tough. It's tough, man. But it's a serious situation. What's your thoughts on this, Joey, on the California wildfires?
Well, first off, I concur.
Mm-hmm.
I hope everybody out there is at least trying to maintain safety. I mean, it's gotten to the point for us where we are used to seeing like these YouTube videos of people just filming like these hellscapes as they drive along the highway to work.
Mm-hmm.
It very much has the feeling of, well, it's Tuesday here in California. I'm on my way to the office.
Oh my gosh!
Meanwhile, fucking half the fucking state's on fire, and they're driving through it.
Dude, it's so crazy how it's just like normal to them now. Like it's just insane. My landlord lives in California, and he's thinking about moving back because everything's just getting so crazy. He has a newborn, and the newborn just wants to like go outside all the time, like just wants to be outside, but they can't. They literally are not allowed to leave their homes. Like they have to limit their outside. It's so bad, dude. He was telling me that like I don't remember the exact science, but like before pandemic. The particles per like square footage or however it's designed or whatever was like 80 particles of like pollution before pandemic. Pandemic hits. The pollution went down to 40. Okay, because no one's driving anywhere. All that went down to 40. Mm-hmm. He told me that since the fires have started, that pollution number has gone all the way up to 140. Almost,
I believe it.
Almost completely doubled the regular pollution before pandemic. That is insane. It is so bad to go outside right now. It's, oh my gosh.
I mean, I don't know how many of our viewers noticed. I don't know if you noticed, but last week, while the ash was in the jet stream, you could literally go out at sunrise and sunset here in New York and look directly at the sun.
Wow, I did not know that. I did not actually know that. That's crazy, dude. Oh my god, it's so bad. Literally, I don't know if you've seen the map that like they show that shows you where all the fires are. California is literally just red, bro. Like, I mean, they've got little flame emojis all over that part of the world. It's just everywhere. And it's starting to go north, above that, like further than California. But I mean, California's getting hit hard. It is so bad, man. It really sucks. It's such a bad time, man. It's just so dry out there, and it's getting worse. Oh, man.
Yeah.
It's bad.
It's if the wildfires show us nothing else, it's the impact we have, right?
Mm-hmm. Very much.
Like California's in a drought. That's because all their water is getting siphoned off to feed these mega cities that they have, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're changing weather patterns with pollution, so that's making things worse.
Mm-hmm.
Firefighting itself is making things worse, right? Because you would get lightning strikes and wildfires naturally, and they would burn off small areas.
Yep.
But now we do all this, we keep most of them contained until we can't.
Yep.
And then the whole state burns.
Dude, it's
right?
so bad. Yeah. So I was just reading.
Everything's dry.
I was just reading something. Apparently, it's up to like 4 million acres that have burned so far. 4 million acres. That's insane. That's a huge area. It's so.
And
man.
this year has been enough that you tell people, oh yeah, this is also the year when Australia burned.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh. That's right. That happened.
That happened in 2020.
Yep. Dude, 2020 is not a great year. It's not great, man. I definitely want
So
2021 to hurry up and get here. You know. It's tough, man. You watch, there's a lot of stories that go on about it and how there's I read this other story where there were fighter fighters that were told not to go save people. They were like, it's too dangerous, like don't go. All this stuff. Then they ended up going and they saved like 20 people or something. And it's just crazy the picture you see from it. Like literally like we've played Call of Duty before, right? You've played Call of Duty? So there are images in like I want to say Black Ops or something where you literally are dropping into a zone where it's like the entire force is on fire, like in a video game. Straight up, those pictures look just like that, if not worse. I mean, it literally had a picture from the front of the camera where you just see blaze and like chart, like just everything. It's so bad. It's the people who saved them were brave, and they were very. I'm glad they went out there and saved those people because that is a tough job, man. Being a firefighter is a tough job right now, at least definitely in California. That is tough, man.
Oh yeah. Yep. No, I think too. I think at this point we've all seen the pictures from these wildfires where it's like, oh man, look at this night. Oh, it's fucking noon. This is noon at my house in California.
Dude, it's so
It
crazy.
looks like night.
Yep. People have to like put a crap ton of filters on their pictures and stuff just to make the sky look normal. And you shouldn't have to do that. The sky should look normal.
We've already had like, well, for whatever reason that we're having a football season in the middle of the pandemic, we've already had like the threat of games being canceled.
Yep.
Due to the fires,
Which
just because the air quality is so bad.
Mm-hmm.
And we're feeling it. Like, here's another thing. Like, our impact. This is what we're doing to the environment on a scale that we can see.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's been 10 or 15 degrees cooler on average here from what's happening there. And that's because of all the stuff that's in the air.
Yeah.
And we're doing that on a much slower pace and not addressing it.
Yeah.
So hopefully, like, if some good can come out of this, and like the pandemic too, like everybody's seeing pollution levels drop and the impact that was having.
Yeah.
Like, so if anything good comes out of 2020, hopefully, like,
people see
at least a few more people get smart about the environment.
Yeah. That would be nice, man. Dude, 2020 has brought so many things that hopefully everybody opens their eyes to. I mean, it's just so many different things. Pandemic has been bad, and I guess on small scales good, but mostly bad, man. It's a not a great time in 2020, except for Cyberpunk. Except for Cyberpunk.
November 19th, please get here.
November 19th. New gen consoles coming out, a lot of good stuff. I don't want to like glaze over our conversation, but it's like so many things going on, man. But yeah, this it's horrible, man. But again, I want to say that prayers and stuff go out to the families of anybody who has lost something. It's a tough time.
Yeah,
very tough time.
I mean, people lose houses like that.
Yeah,
their whole lives are erased in an instant.
It's very, very sad.
Hopefully they get taken care of. Hopefully they're safe.
Yes.
Because all that stuff can be replaced. So.
Yes, stuff can be replaced. People can't. And that's good rule of thumb to know. But on another note, because we started talking about the pandemic, there was a topic that you wanted to talk about. You just There was a topic that you wanted to talk about, Joey. That was near and dear to your heart.
As hopeful as I am that we can come out of this smarter and be better people.
Mm-hmm.
During the pandemic, there's been one group of people that ensure me that will never happen, and that is anti-maskers.
Oh my God! Please, please, just wear a mask. Like it's just.
You work in retail, right?
Yep. Yes, I do.
Because I work in retail.
Mm-hmm. Wear a mask. Just wear it. It's not hard.
It's not even like. Just fucking respect other people.
Yep. It doesn't matter if you're sick or not. The fact that you wear it says that you care for your neighbors. You care for the other people in the world. Like
you care for your neighbors, you care for your community, you care for the stranger you're going to meet on the street.
Mm-hmm. Shows you care. Just wear it. Just wear it. It's
not hard.
Doctors have been doing it for hundreds of years and helping people. You can wear it.
Surgeons are wearing the same mask you have to wear for 10 or 12 hour surgeries.
Mm-hmm. You can do it
for for 15 fucking minutes to go in the store.
Yep. Oh my God, it's so I can't breathe. It fogs up my glasses. What? Are you serious? Like it's just worth it. Like that bull crap, you can't breathe. There's people who literally wear them, like you said, for 12 hours straight. I wear mine for like 8 hours straight. I mean, granted, it's I don't know, man. It's just
if you
it's
can't
not hard.
Breathe and get a mask, you can breathe it.
Yeah, there you go.
There's
so many different
N95 respirators.
So many different masks you can get.
Fucking M95 gas masks. There's fucking vent masks, even though they're not the best, because they still blow your foul air out through the vents. You can breathe in them, and they at least do something.
They do something at least.
There's the medical masks, which while they smell funny, you can bend. There's a little metal bar in them that you can bend around your nose, and they don't fog up your glasses if you wear them right. And they might smell a little funny for the first few minutes,
but it's worth it.
But you can breathe through them so easily.
It's just it baffles me. You know how much it baffles me that like some people don't even think COVID is real. I mean that baffles me.
Yeah. Oh.
Baffles
tell me
me
about it. November 3rd, it's gonna go away. Somehow there's a global, worldwide, fucking. Every person on the planet has come together.
Oh my God.
Except for Americans to make this hoax happen.
Oh my God.
It's the best April Fool's joke ever played.
November 3rd, it'll be gone. All gone. Nothing. There'll be nothing here. That's horse shit. Crazy, man. Just wear a mask. It's not tough. It's not hard. It doesn't harm you. It's a mask. Just wear it.
And you know what? Next spring, next spring, my other favorite group will be in the media, the anti-vaxxers, who will be like,
man.
I'm not getting a COVID vaccine because it will give me not superpowers, the opposite of superpowers.
Dude, I don't even, man.
Only burning my goop candles will save me and my children.
My goop candles. Just wear a mask, man. Just wear a mask. Just wear a mask. Just wear a mask.
Yeah, honest to
wear
God,
your mask.
Wear
your mask.
A shred of respect for other people.
Yeah. Just wear it. Just wear it. It's not tough. It's not hard. Just wear it. Oh my gosh. Oh man. I can't even. I don't know, man. Just wear your mask. Please. Just wear it. It's not tough. It's not hard. Oh man. Well, to keep going on something at least is that if anyone has any questions, remember, I forgot to say this at the top, that you can tweet me or comment in the chat for questions for me or Joey if you have anything you want to talk about or ask about. Anytime.
Like The Mandalorian Season 2.
Oh my God, Mandalorian.
And how excited we all are for it.
I am very excited. Did you watch the trailer?
I haven't yet. I've been trailer free for the last couple months.
Trailer free. It's good, man. It's good. I'm excited for it. It's gonna be dude. Mandalorian season 1 was so good. You know, to talk about other news.
Trailer free organic.
Trailer free organic. To talk about other news. You know, now we're going off book. We're going off script here. What just happened, dude? Microsoft just bought Bethesda. Bought Bethesda.
Wow.
Like what?
I heard that news, and I was like, will Microsoft let Oblivion make another Fallout game?
The whole thing, you know, Fallout New Vegas 2, man. A lot of people are shooting for it.
God.
That'd be super cool. Be super good.
What I want is a Southeast set.
Yeah.
Fallout.
That would be cool. That'd be awesome.
I know we're getting Fallout Miami from the modders, and I'm excited about that. I would love one set on the Mississippi River, like between New Orleans and Chicago.
That'd be really cool. That'd be a good one.
With the river being there to travel in between.
Mm-hmm. That would be cool.
So fucking. And the next gen consoles could easily handle that.
100%. People just have to be there to design it, is all. As long as they're willing to do it, man, they could do it. That'd be such a good game.
So exciting.
Be such a good. You know, I saw a tweet from Xbox. They were like, you know, the only reason we bought ZeniMax was so that Todd could stop porting Skyrim to all platforms.
Listen, it just works.
Oh man, you know, I love Skyrim just as much as the next guy, but I hate it being on every console, and every time a release comes out, I'm like, oh man, next Skyrim. No, it's just regular Skyrim. Okay.
It's Skyrim again.
It's just Skyrim again. Cool, great. Oh my gosh. All right, Joey, could you be a lamb and tell everybody who our monster of the day is?
Let's see.
What is our monster of the day? What's this weird obscure monster?
Did we talk about that? Did we talk about the cutest of all monster kind and what it was going to mean as monster of the week?
And what it would mean as monster of the week?
No. We're talking about slimes.
Slimes, baby, slimes. We're getting sticky. We're getting oozy. We're getting all icky, bro. We're getting oozy, man.
Icky.
Mm-hmm.
Black pudding.
Thank you, Yoda, for the slimes. Thank you. Oh, by the way, Yoda, if you have any questions, just go ahead and post that in there, and me and Joey can answer anything you ask. But anyway, oozes, my people.
Like, how excited are you about Cara Dune getting to have a tough girl fight in season 2? Your boy is excited to see some more Cara Dune action.
Dude, Cara Dune's so cool. Dude, she's so cool because she posted your picture you drew of her. She's so cool. She's the coolest in my book now. She's the coolest in my book now because she saw your art and was like, I love this art, and like posted it so everyone could see it. So cool. I told you, man. You're a professional artist. You're a professional artist. I mean, you're just so good.
I didn't believe it, but then that happened. So
and then
I'm a believer.
Now you're a believer.
I saw her face, and now I'm a believer.
All right, guys. So anyway, Monster of the Day. If you don't know what Monster of the Day is, it's where we take the D&D 5th edition Monster Manual. This big book right here of so many different monsters and monster kind and who they are, what they are, and how they just want to be understood. Monster Manual, D&D. And we take a monster from here, which, as of today, is oozes, as we had said, slimes, the sticky, icky. And we were going to talk about why oozes are like they are and what they do. And then we're going to have a discussion about oozes. And just how cool and adorable they are, as Joey says. But, you know, so oozes. Joey, first of all, you can summarize some oozes if you'd like. And then I will read directly from the book what oozes are.
Well, you've got your classic, the gelatinous cube.
Mm-hmm. Sure do.
He's a big square see-through boy.
Mm-hmm.
That likes to live in pits and hallways.
Yep.
You got your black pudding. He's kind of like your the Blob. You know, the 1980s The Blob.
Yes, the Blob.
That's the black pudding.
Yes.
You've got your gray oozes. They're little guys. They just like to chill.
Mm-hmm.
You got your green slimes, which is actually a dungeon hazard, which isn't listed in the oozes section.
It is
but it's
not.
still a slime.
It is. It is still a slime.
You've got Big Daddy Jublex himself,
There,
the
yes.
king of the slimes.
King of the slimes, yes.
Um,
And then your favorite one. Your favorite one, Joey.
the yellow ochre.
Yeah.
That if you hit it with lightning, it splits into 2 baby yellow ochres.
Yeah.
I love them.
Ochre jellies, man. They have the most character.
Yeah, they're little sluggy boys.
Sluggy boys. They do look like little slugs. It's cute. They are awesome. Anyway. Go ahead.
But yeah, without oozes, think of how awful dungeons would be. They'd just be full of like half-rotted corpses.
Oh yeah,
stinking up the joint.
Yeah,
somebody's got to clean the dungeon up because the goblins aren't going to do it.
Yeah, no, they're just going to make it
right.
even more
All they
dirty.
do is there just be goblin shit and dead bodies everywhere.
Instead, we got the oozes who are...
So let's take a moment to appreciate
everything they do for us. Yeah. Oozes are the...
And everything they do for us.
Oozes are the sucker fish of the tank. They make sure... Yeah.
Yeah,
Boom.
100.
100. They are the sucker fish of the aquarium tank. But, alright, so let's do this. Straight from the monster manual. Oozes. Oozes thrive in the dark, shunning areas of bright light and extreme temperatures. They flow through the damp underground, feeding on any creature or object that can be dissolved, slinking along the ground, dripping from walls and ceilings, spreading across the edges of underground pools and squeezing through cracks. The first warning an adventurer receives of an ooze's presence is often the searing pain of its acid touch. Oozes are drawn to movement and warmth. Organic material nourishes them, and when prey is scarce, they feed on grime, fungus, and offal. I don't even know what offal is. Do you know what an offal is?
I think it's like awful.
Maybe. Veteran explorers know that an immaculately clean passageway is a likely sign that an ooze layers nearby. So we had talked about the different oozes. Black puddings. A black pudding resembles a heaving mound of sticky black sludge. In dim passageways, the pudding appears to be little more than a blot of shadow. Flesh, wood, metal, and bone dissolve when the pudding eaves over them. Stone remains behind, wiped clean. Gelatinous cubes. Gelatinous cubes scour dungeon passages in silent... The OG. In silent, predictable patterns, leaving perfectly clean paths in their wake. They consume living tissue while leaving bones and other materials undissolved. A gelatinous cube is all but transparent, making it hard to spot until it attacks. A cube that is well fed can be easier to spot since its victims' bones, coins, and other objects can be seen suspended inside the creature. Gray oozes, as we had talked about, was just a little chill guy. A gray ooze is stone turned to liquid by chaos. When it moves, it slithers like a liquid snake, rising to strike. And then ochre jellies, the best of the jellies. Ochre jellies are yellowish blobs that can slide under doors and through narrow cracks in pursuit of creatures to devour. They have enough bestial cunning to avoid large groups of enemies. An ochre jelly follows at a safe distance as it pursues its meal. Its Its digestive enzymes dissolve flesh quickly, but have no effect on other substances such as bone, wood, and metal. Joey. Slimes, oozes. They're so cool. They're the best. The place that we would find oozes, most of the time, would be dungeons. That's usually where they are. That's where they live. That's where they feast. That's where they meal. That's where they, that's just where they live, man. They're just so cool. However, the cool thing about gray oozes is that they can technically live just about anywhere there's stone. The whole chaos thing. Yeah. It's stone being...
Chaos warping.
Yeah, chaos warping. It's cool, man. It's cool. It's cool. Joey, how would you, as an adventurer, you, my man, fight yourself a gelatinous cube? How would you fight these oozes?
Well, you'd probably find yourself suspended in it. I feel like that would happen.
Very possible.
Like I would just be the one to walk into it and be like, "Whoops, I guess I'm here now."
Just,
Please help me. I'm burning.
Joey the Adventurer dies by gelatinous cube.
I think the in a world of magic though, where you have some options to deal with that. Cold is the classic blob stopper.
Cold is a good
freeze
blob
them
stopper.
And then shoot them into outer space.
Shoot them into outer space.
If you're following the rules of sci-fi. You can also if you can control the elements, just go ahead and flush those dungeon halls with a nice swoosh of water.
Nice swoosh of water. Or wind. Or, as Yoda says, a fireball. Just burn it all.
Fireball does work.
Fireball is always a good option. Just burn it all. Just burn it all. Fires, as we already know, fire is very dangerous. But yeah, just fireball. All gone. Fire is dangerous.
If you take anything away from today's show, I hope that it's fire is dangerous.
Fire is bad. Fire is bad. You know, it's funny. Black pudding is technically the highest challenge rating of the oozes. You know, not including Jubilex. But I feel like I see gelatinous cubes and other stuff more often. You know, black pudding.
Well, I think it's because gelatinous cube is the OG. Like, people want to get that in there because it's iconic.
It is.
But yeah, black pudding it's got the split.
Yep.
You know, so you chop it and it turns into another one. And while you're chopping it, it's destroying the sword or axe you're chopping it with.
Yeah, it's like the only one that really dissolves like metal, I think, too, right? Yeah, it's the only one that will digest metal and stone and things.
So it destroys your weapons and armor.
Yep.
You split it into multiple parts as you fight it.
And just making more and more enemies.
It's certainly the most dangerous.
For sure.
Of slimes.
Black pudding it's crazy. You don't see it enough, man, but black pudding is great. And then we used to do this other thing when we talked about Monster of the Day is how you would make an encounter for this specific monster. However, this monster is a little bit different because it's 4 or 5 different monsters, and we kind of already know. You put them in a dungeon. It's not that tough. You just put them in there.
They're definitely ambush predators. I think an interesting way to use them is in a sealed room scenario. So like, we've closed this room, we're safe, so we can take a long rest here.
Right.
The door is barred and nothing can get in, and then you have like cracks in the wall or ceiling where the ooze can
just like, specifically the ooze has been in this room because they know it's a good spot for people to camp or whatever, and they, like you said, very much are ambush predators. That's what they do. They sit and they'll wait. They'll wait for days and days and days until they can get that good meal. But yeah, it's very much just like you said. That's the best way I feel like you should do it too, is that locked room scenario. Little cracks, seep them in, dunzo, dead. If you're looking to TPK, there you go, black pudding. Make like 3 black puddings. Yeah. That party's dead.
And they've locked themselves in. They've created their own doom.
Boom. That's so good. Such a good one. So yeah, I mean, that portion of Monster of the Day is pretty easy.
Here's something that's not in the oozes section, but can be put in an ooze dungeon and still feel very much at home, and can be terrifying, and that's the gibbering mouther.
Yes, the gibbering mouther. Oh no, my headphones unplugged. Hold on. Uh-oh, technical difficulties. There we go. I should be good now. But yes, gibbering mouther. That's weird. That's not. What technically makes that not an ooze? Why is that not an ooze?
I think it's an aberration.
That would make sense. A, B, C, D, F, G.
Whereas oozes are oozes.
Oozes are oozes. Yeah, oozers are considered.
Oozes are oozes.
Yeah, literally considered oozes.
What are they?
They are considered literally large oozes. That is their monster type is ooze. Whereas gibbering mouther is, you're right, an aberration. Is an aberration. I think it's mostly too because like gibbering mouthers aren't just like a creature that's like a creature. It's more or less like transformed by like literally Of all the terrors created by foul sorcery, like it literally is because of foul magic that a gibbering mouther becomes a gibbering mouther. It very much is like an ooze, and you
But
can
if you
use
want,
it. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
if you want your slime dungeon to feel a little bit more like the Thing
Oof.
instead of the Blob,
Yeah.
use the gibbering mouther.
Gibbering mouther. Yeah, that's a very good analogy. Very much want it to be like the Thing. Use gibbering mouther because it's got eyeballs, it's got teeth, it's scary. It's scary, guys. Whereas,
Dogs,
you know,
to do a fun gibbering mouther voice.
yes, dude, and like the scariest thing about oozes is that they don't have eyes and mouths, so you have no idea. Like it's literally just a moving blob that wants to kill you. It's very scary. And then a gibbering mouther makes it even scarier because one, it's basically a blob, but then also has eyes and mouths and can talk. It just gets scarier and scarier.
It killed one of our party members, and now his face is on it.
Oof. Yeah, that's oof. Moment of silence.
Moment of silence for this character.
Moment of
doesn't
silence.
exist.
Moment of silence for this character. Because I feel the pain, man. I feel the pain. But anyway, that's oozes, man. That's oozes. Unless there's questions on the oozes, that's the oozes, my friend. Such a good monster. Good pick, Joey. I wonder what our monster of the day will be next week. I just wonder.
I don't know.
So does that make it kind of like the doppelganger of oozes? I assume that's about the gibbering mouther. I assume that's a gibbering mouther. Does it make it the doppelganger of oozes?
I guess it depends on how we're defining doppelganger, because it can't take on a human shape, so it can't like pretend to be your friend. But it is pretending to be an ooze, so I guess in that instance it's a doppelganger.
If it closes all of its eyes and mouths, like before it gets you, it
just
could
lays there like
a blob.
pudding.
Yeah, it could very much be a doppelganger of an ooze.
Opens all its eyes and mouth.
That is horrifying. That's scary as hell, man. It's just laying there and it's just like a blob, and people are like, "What's this? What's this blob?" Like, because the first thing is like, why is there a blob that looks fleshy? Like, that's not an ooze. Oozes aren't fleshy. So then people go over to it and they'll like poke it or try and investigate it. And then all of a sudden, it just comes out and just chews them down and eats them, man. It's a whole thing. I just watched myself do this. Oh, man. The doppelganger of oozes. Yeah, that's I would say that. That's what I was thinking, to mimic an ooze and fuck with the party. That's what Yoda says. Man, thank you again so much. Thank you for coming out, Joey. And thank you guys for coming and watching who did this morning. Thank you for coming and watching this great morning show on either your drive to work or whatever it is. Thank you so much. Such a good time. Joey, where can people find you? Where can they find that beautiful face and beautiful art?
Well, you can find mostly the art at Joey _Schichtel _art on Instagram, or at JM Schichtel on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not on Facebook as much. I've tried to avoid it during these troubling times. Because all of them do is stupid.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really bringing me down, so I haven't been posting there.
Mm-hmm.
I do hope in the next, I know you were mentioning Friday, I'm hoping to get back into streaming here as soon as please, Elon Musk, give me Starlink.
You do need better internet.
But once I can get a little bit better internet, I want to start streaming and YouTube, and you'll be able to find me there too.
Sweet. Awesome. Anyway, this was a great first show. I'm very happy. This went much better than I had hoped for, which is awesome. It was very good, and I enjoyed it. And I enjoyed the people who came out this morning and supported and all that stuff. But
thank you.
Yes, thank you guys. Thank you so much. It's been such a good show. And I am excited for all the future episodes with all my other guests. But thank you guys so much. And last thing, this is my sign off. Okay, you're gonna get the very first sign off.
He doesn't have a sign off. That's the problem. That's why he's drawing the ending out.
No, I have one. I wrote it down. I promise. I was just trying to get to my document so I could find it because I forgot it already. But yes, thank you guys so much for coming. It was such a good time. Thank you, Joey. You are the greatest of all time. You are the best artist. You are professional artist. But I love you, man. Very Paul Rudd style. I love you, man. Anyway, thank you guys so much. Have an adventurous day, and don't stop slaying those dragons. Thank you guys, and goodbye.